Hey guys, what's going on? This is Knife Standards. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you for an amazing CCKS, that is California Custom Knife Show. That was this past weekend. I was exhibiting at CCKS. Thank you to everyone who came by my table, familiar faces, seeing all of you again, new people, meeting you guys for the first time. It was really, really awesome. And big shout out to everyone that was carrying my designs at the show and came by the table, took the time to show me that they were carrying my designs. That means so much to me. So really awesome of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, thank you to everyone who came by the table and picked up an RR station or an RR standard. I also had Damascus clips, Zircotite clips, some really epic scales for the RR station. So again, thank you to everyone that came by to pick up a knife or a clip or the scales or everything. You know, it really means a lot. So thank you for the support. This video I'm going to be doing today is on Microtech, actually. I'm going to do a little showdown between my favorite Microtechs, the ones that I have currently. There is a drop coming this Friday of my designs at knifestandards.com. It'll be RR stations. I will also put up a couple special RR standards, and there will be a milled titanium clip drop. So plain milled titanium clips, Zircotite, Damascus, and then I will have, well, we'll see. Let's stick with that for now. There might be some other stuff too, but it's this Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think it's the 16th this Friday, so definitely keep an eye out for that. I sent out a newsletter, so you'll be able to kind of get all the details. The product listings should be up in the next day or two, so you'll get to see exactly what will be dropping. Of course, you can follow me at Knife Standards. You can like this video, subscribe to my channel. You guys know the deal. I'll get this out of the way. And let's go ahead and talk about Microtech. So I forget the last Microtech. I think it was the MSI that I had, which is their kind of manual axis lock-ish knife. I know it's not quite the same, but I'm not a fan of that. They're really known for their automatic knives, and that is why I have these. I think they are awesome, all awesome for different reasons, but similar. They're all small. They are all automatic, out the front knives, OTFs, so you can actuate the deployment with a switch, boom, and then the knife is kind of deployed. And I don't carry these knives as much as I should, probably. I'll usually reach for a folder before I will an automatic, but these are part of my collection and I do like them. So let's kind of go ahead and talk about all of them. If you've never seen these before, I feel like, if you were gonna have seen a Microtech, it would be this, the UTX, maybe the UTX 85. This is the UTX 70. You can see right there. UTX 70 double edge California. So that's the blade length. It's referring to the blade length, and then there's two edges on either side. I feel like this is kind of the familiar Microtech out the front design, but we also have the mini Showdown, which the action is so much better on this guy, but we'll get into that in just a second. Showdown double edge, boom. And then we have the Exoset. It has kind of like a money clip, and it can double as money clip, which I think is awesome. There we go, Exoset. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about each one of them. Let's start with the UTX 70. Put these to the side. So it does have a glass breaker, which I think is fine. Some people hate on the glass breaker. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's cool. Well, why not have it? The clip is not my favorite. It's kind of this bent, I think it's steel, bent steel clip. And it is an out the front. One thing that I don't care for on all of these are the proprietary hardware. So you have that like tri-wing screws. Not that I'd take these apart, but if I want to take them apart, it would be nice too. So this is 70% of the size of an Ultratech, which is like, it's basically the same knife, just larger. So it's definitely small. I mean, you can see I can hold it in my hand. Really super slick, sleek design. It's like almost the size of a piece of gum. It's like a big piece of gum. But action is good, snappy. The blade steel's 204p. So I think these are all, I think it's M390 on one of them, 204p on this guy. So it's a little bit stiff on the action. Yeah, I know you can add a little drop of oil or whatever, but a little bit stiff. I think it's super useful, not only for like opening packages or whatever, but if you just need something quickly, if you need to actuate the knife quickly or to be able to use the knife, without really thinking about it, boom, open a package, whatever it is. So I like this for the size. Of course, I like the color. The action is so-so on this one. Clip, I'm not a huge fan of. Glass breaker, totally fine with me. And the blade size, I think it works fine. Do I need it double-edged? Not really, but I think it can be useful. And of course, this is made in the USA. I feel like Microtech has gone kind of crazy with their designs lately. They're coming out with a lot of designs and some manual knives. I don't know, kind of lukewarm on that stuff, but I think their automatics are pretty cool. Second up, we have the Exocet, which is, I think, the most unique automatic knife that I've seen because it almost doesn't look like a knife. And it has that money clip. I don't know if they're going to call this a glass breaker. I don't know. I guess it's a lanyard hole. I don't know. But it has that money clip. You can put your cash in here. You can clip it to your belt. It's very utilitarian, especially if you're, instead of like a utility knife or like a box cutter. Boom. Ergos are surprisingly good for such an odd shape. And this, you also have, you have 204p, which is like M390. And it is also double-edged, coated. Action is actually better on this than the UTX 70. Still a little bit stiff, but love the color. Of course, these are both aluminum. Not too heavy. I think this is cool. I like knives that don't really look like knives sometimes. I've heard that about our standard, that, when it's closed because the blade is totally in the handle, it almost doesn't look like a knife, which I think is cool, especially for someone who's, well, actually, I guess for people that are into knives, it's cool. It's a change of pace. And then for people that aren't into knives, you're like, oh, what is that? So, again, functional, easy to carry. And, of course, check your local knife laws. A lot of these automatics are, there's, specific regulations or laws. I'm not a lawyer, so, But sometimes automatics are not legal. All right, we got that. And now, finally, and I'm going to rank these at the end of the video, which I'm not going to make this video too long, but we have the Mini Troodon. I think it's Troodon. This, you can even hear the difference. The action is just better on this. This feels more solidly built for whatever reason. I mean, it's clearly thicker than the UTX 70, a little bit thicker than the Exocet. I like this kind of, they call it titanium gray. It's still aluminum, so it's a little bit misleading, but I do like this kind of shimmery gray color. Very cool. Action right on. This is M390. Again, double edge. You can see a theme here, and coated blade. The clip, meh. Glass breaker, fine. The ergos on this guy are my favorite. It's kind of chunky. Yes, they do have a large Troodon or a regular Troodon. I think they have a really big one too. I don't follow the Microtech stuff too closely, but I really enjoy this. Action is just so buttery smooth. What do you guys think? Are you guys a fan of the mini, the mini Microtechs? I just think they're cool. I think they're cool. They're small. They're functional. For me, Microtech for out the front, Protech for out the side. If you're gonna get an out the side automatic, Protech is the way to go. And if you're gonna get an out the front knife, I know there are other options. You can go with like Axial or these other. I mean, Axial makes cool stuff. There's a couple other brands that are eluding me right now that also do out the front. But if you're just gonna get it out the front and you want something with this kind of, I don't know if I'd call it tactical, but this kind of, you know, style, yeah, you get a Microtech. These aren't super expensive, but I actually forget, you know, I'm trying to think, like maybe $200-300. I'd have to double check on the pricing. I got these quite a while ago. Yeah, even lefty with my lefty thumb, which is obviously weaker. It's pretty comfortable. Anyway, so let's go ahead and rank these. Coming in at number 3, it's going to be the UTX-70. While I prefer this body shape, it's super light and very easy to conceal. The action is just a little bit stiff for me, and it's just not, to me, it's not as functional as, although I love the body shape, it's not as functional as the other two. So very cool, very slim, looks like a, you know, about the size of a stick of gum or a pack of gum. But when it actually comes down to using the knife, not quite as functional. So that is coming in at number 3. Number 2, I know this is tough. Number 2 is actually the Exocet. Even though I really like this body shape, the clip works great. You can use it as a money clip. Of course, I like the color, the blue. Action is very good, double-edged, and they do have different blade shapes on all of these. Different blade shapes, different steels, different coatings, so you don't have to get the coated double-edged ones. I think this is just what was available at the time. But if I had to just pick one of these, it's not going to be the Exocet, even though this is very cool, very functional, and very unique. It's going to be coming in at number 2. I'm not sure what this, I don't know if they call this a glass breaker or what. I know it holds on the clip, but this is kind of funky to me. Anyway, number 1, the Mini Troodon. It's got the glass breaker. It has these grooves, which I think really do help with the grip. Action is super smooth and buttery. You can even hear the sound. You can hear the difference. I don't know what is different in the construction, but really good. The clip, I don't like it. But everything else about this, the ergos, the shape, it's still very small, a little bit chunkier, so you can get that much more grip on it. I like it, and this is my favorite Microtech. Of course, it could change. I don't have any plans to get more Microtechs at the moment. I don't really need a manual one, although I did see the new, I think it's the new LUDT, out the side automatic. That looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. But no, I think this is it for me for Microtechs. Mini Troodon. Do I want a large Troodon? Kind of, but you know, depending on where you live, that can kind of limit your choices for automatics. All right, 3, we got the UTX-70. 2, we got the Exocet, and then coming in at number 1, the Mini Troodon. I feel like these are kind of slept on. I mean, I feel like everyone's into the automatic, the manuals for Microtech lately. These are still very good, so definitely check them out. And of course, don't forget about the drop coming this Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific. All right, guys, catch you later.